Hi guys, my name is Siddharth and I'm the Minimal Nerd. If you guys have been following me on Facebook, Instagram or WhatsApp, you would have heard about this 100-day minimal news challenge that I took upon myself some 100 odd days back. It gives me a lot of joy to tell you that I've successfully seen through that challenge and I wanted to wrap up this journey in a little special way. I asked you guys if you had some questions. I have them with me and I'm going to try and answer them in this fun little Q&A video. So let's get right into it. So question number one, what was my lesson? There is definitely something called too much of a good thing, and you should try and have breaks and rest days to refresh your mind and do something else, and then you can always come back to doing something that you like. Question number two, how did I get the time? Well, I just made it my number one priority for those 100 days to have that minimal graphic post out on my social media channel. And because of that mindset, like no matter how sleepy or hungry or tired I was, especially after my work started, I would just make time to do this activity. Like it was almost non-negotiable for me to go to bed without having made a post. Question number three, how did I get the idea? I was half decent at making PowerPoint presentations, and I realized that sometime in my B school days. I upgraded that from presentations to posters for student activities on campus, and that further got upgraded to just commentaries on things that were happening around me. Eventually at some point I realized I have this hobby and have a fair amount of liking towards this activity, and I should just test myself out. So I thought a 100-day challenge would be a nice way for me to test my dedication and inclination towards this particular hobby, which is graphic design, by the way. Minimal design, because that's my skill set probably justifies categorizing it as minimal design. But yeah, hopefully someday I'll venture into full-fledged graphic designing as well. How did I make the designs? What was my workflow? Well, I would open news.google.com or The Hindu, or just look for news all over the internet. I'll pick up a headline or an article. I'll figure out if there are any ways to translate the themes into symbols or words, and throughout that simple process I would just capture the idea of the headline into my post and just put it out there. Of course, there was a lot of back and forth in terms of selecting the right sort of headline or the right sort of news article, and that's what took majority of my time. So there's another question here which says how long did it take me to make these posts, and anywhere between 5 minutes to 2 hours was the time that I took. Did I use a pen tool, and which software did I use to make these posts? And the second one is a question that I get asked a lot. I did not use a pen tool. I used the Keynote software that's there on the MacBook. So that's a PowerPoint presentation equivalent on the Mac OS, and I use that for all of my posts. Another question that I get asked a lot is what's my educational background? So yes, I've done my computer engineering from a college in Mumbai, that's Sardar Patel Institute of Technology, and after that I've done my MBA from IIM Calcutta. What is the fundamental benefit of being a minimalist? Minimalism is probably not just as a principle of design, but as a principle of living. I think it's the easiest way of becoming self-aware. And I'm not calling myself a minimalist in that sense of the word, but from what I've understood, you become self-aware and you start questioning excess, and you see that getting translated into more efficient results. And definitely more peace of mind. I think that's got to be there somewhere. Another question is which category of posts do I think that people like the most? So basically I'm saying that a lot of mainstream news would have reached you before you saw my post. So I think business and technology news travel a little slowly, so probably those are the ones that I think got appreciated a bit more. Yeah, another question is how was I so consistent? Well, I just thought of it as 10-day challenges rather than 100-day challenge, and just edged myself to getting towards the next multiple of 10. And I seriously wasn't even thinking about 100 days or X days or whatever. I just wanted to do my bit for the day and just move on. And I kept doing that for 100 days. I guess that's how I finished the challenge. What is next? Oh, there are a lot more challenges in store. Of course, a lot of my learnings from these 100 days are going to feed into the future challenges. And definitely they're going to be a lot more balanced across formats and processes. They're also going to be a lot more process heavy and not output heavy, which will help me not rely on social media and technology as much. I really got annoyed over the last 100 days that I had to use Instagram on a daily basis or Facebook on a daily basis. I don't want to do that. So a lot of these challenges that are lined up will take into account these priorities as well. And the last question is really interesting. Am I hoping to transition into a creative career? I don't know. I really don't know what I'm hoping to do with this, but I really enjoy creating, be it a blog or a podcast, which I hope I get back to sometime soon, or minimal posts. I enjoy the process of making something out of nothing at times, or just creating something on the basis of something that I've seen, heard, or consumed sometime back. So that process really appeals to me on a very fundamental level. Let's see if I get to transition into that as a full-time career. I'm not making any plans as of now, but maybe 10, 12 years, 5 years, tomorrow, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Alright, that's it. I hope I've answered your questions, and I hope I've given you a little bit of insight into my process. Feel free to ask me more questions if you have, and I will be back with a lot more challenges, with a lot more content. This is a YouTube channel, by the way, which you would be seeing this on. So definitely that gives you a hint as to where this project or the brand Minimal Nerd is moving. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, like, share, comment, whatever it is that is needed these days to spread organic reach and do a little bit of PR from my end. Anyway, but listen, you guys have been really supportive. You guys have been really helpful. I really appreciate that, and that's something I'm never going to forget. So thanks for being with me in this journey, and I look forward to your support in the journeys to come. So until the next time, goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.